good minute since I've personally played it. So we're just going to jump in and see where it goes. We'll just have a little time. No modded runs, no speed run, just good old Pokemon Colosseum as it was roughly 20 years ago. So let's jump in. And of course, we're just starting, like I said, new game. We're not continuing. We have everything that's going in here. We'll just roll on into it. Start a whole new game. And I know that whenever I first started, I did Wes, just because that was here, and I didn't want to do this whenever they first released this game, and I got a hold of it. But now, of course, we're just gonna use our name. And just roll with that. And see where this goes. Of course, this is one of the more, as many people agree, adult-themed Pokemon games. Just because of how, I mean, look at it. Look what's going on. Not really how to start in this manner in anything sense. Just take on more of an anti-hero type situation throughout this entire game. When you're stealing for good, because you're preventing Shadow Pokémon. Of course, we have our Umbreon and our Espeon that we start out here with, and they'll probably stay for a while, or at least one of them will. We'll see what happens as we go throughout the game, and back to that. What an intro. This, I'm not reading all of that, but I am giving it a minute. You guys can, of course, read things if you want. But I mean, the gist of the story just is what it is from there. Going through here, a couple of goons. Whenever you first start this, you get a little, it's kind of like, oh, where do I go from here? What do you do? Well, of course, you walk up in here. Like I said before, not really trying to do too much with this. My experience is sort of before, I highly recommend others' experiences sort of learn to care too much about rereading everything. So there will be some things we go over, but we're just playing to play. Leave. Go out there. Have one. Just coming out here. Yeah, there it is. Even if we tell him no, he'll still, this is your tutorial, basically, so you can't tell him no. few things in here, but when it comes down to it, I mean, this is the first shop that we have. It doesn't have anything interesting. Obviously, you can't buy Pokeballs yet. So, I mean, okay, what am I supposed to do from here? You just leave from any custom build. I will admit that the pacing's a little bit slow in some areas, especially when we're starting up here. But obviously, you know, they're just trying to build up for everybody and kind of roll through there. We just arrived. And they're like, oh, they heard what we're doing right next to the house. How dare we not? Staying interested in Pokemon. The mainline games are awesome. You know, for the most part, the newer ones do have their own problems. Like, I mean, we were in 2004 rendering things like this, where I mean, of course, they had weird load times. However, even in our newer Pokemon, where it's supposed to be like seamless load times, it's very much locked in, and it's the same format. I mean, the models are a little bit updated, but everything is still broken. And this format is, I mean, just better in many ways. I mean, you can see that they put more effort into the texturing. I mean, yes, we're locked into some smaller locations, and we do have to transition from spot to spot, but I mean, in this, they put in some work. It's not, you know, that bad. The animation isn't, you know, too terrible for the time, the year that it was released. And just in general, it looks like a good game. Yes, we will undo the knot. We have to. And then we pull out a person. And that is a very odd thing to have in a Pokemon game. Kidnapping, which we have not seen, I don't think, really since in any Pokemon game. Just people actually trying to steal some, you know, to kidnap and be like, oh, we're going to use you for our benefit. And we're just going to pick the default name. I don't have any name for this, and we're just going to go, yeah, that's what we want. And that's just what we're going to load through. That's how it's going to be. And I mean, this is really just getting everything started. Yep. You can see a peculiar Pokemon, and that's how it is. So she's going to add a lot of additional time to some battles whenever we begin interacting with the Shadow Pokemon. Just because in this game, you can't skip that. And if we say no, he constantly is like, oh, well, we have to stay with you. It's just what's going to happen. He's with us the entire game, and that is what it is. And now, I mean, we're just here. So we are going to heal up and continue from here a little bit later with what we've got. And we'll just have to roll with that for now. And it'll be what it is. Keep on moving in the next one. And hopefully the weird textural